And we are live. Welcome to another episode of Comedians of Entre.
That's us.
That's us. You guys know my co-host, the hilarious, the adorable Orlando
Orlando
Leyba.
Leyba. This is me. What's up, buddy?
And
You
I'm not.
look flooded. You look flooded. That's
Is it too much? Is
terminology
it too much?
for I don't know what it means, but you
Hold
said
on.
it. There you
Boom.
go.
Look at that. I got a little
Boom.
color.
Oh, you,
That's Latino right there. That's
yeah. That's that. That's that.
Caribbean.
Warm light.
That's
You gave
warm
the warm
Caribbean.
light.
That's what it is.
Warm light, man.
How
How
you
are
doing?
you,
Man?
man?
Everything good?
Everything's good. I hear you in. It bothers me, but you're throwing my name around in your live. I don't think you're even walking. Are you even walking?
Oh
Because
well,
it's like it's just in your kitchen.
this morning I did a bike ride. I did
Oh,
45 minutes.
yeah,
Yesterday I did a 6 mile run, and I'm doing
yes,
well for you now. I'm making sure I tag you since I don't
yeah,
motivate you. I'm trying to motivate you.
yeah.
And I
Um,
also made a statement of why I'm asking these people to tell me their goals to hold them accountable. There's the
yeah.
accountability because if you have goals, and that's the reason you make vision boards to put it up. You see it now. You're accountable. Like I put it
But
out.
it's like you're making yourself the police.
No, not making myself the police at all. Hey,
You're
what's going
like,
on?
yo,
You doing,
tell me your goals, and like let's workshop business names. What
No,
are
no.
you? An
You
accountant?
telling me my
Did
goal, telling me your goals is you putting it out there, and now you feel like you should be accountable
did
because
you did you go to night school? You became an accountant too? Are you registering people's businesses and whatnot?
my wife is an accountant, so it's
She
trickled
is.
down. It's genetic, isn't it? Isn't that how that
Yeah,
works? Catch accounting, isn't that how
yeah,
that? Nah.
yeah.
How
There
you
you
doing?
go.
I've seen your face popping up on a bunch of different flyers for outdoor shows.
Oh, I told you, man. I'm going in, man. I do one of these, bro. And I stay with the crucifijo, dog. I stay with the little charm right here, and I do one
I
of
know we
these.
both.
Echa
I know we both.
pa'lante, dog.
I know we both did
I
the
put
show.
Vicks vapor rub on my nose, and I
Yeah,
go and do the shows, bro.
I know we both did Ben's show,
Yeah, that was the starter for me.
which is a lot of fun. But I will say, and I don't know if I said it on the show, I was uncomfortable watching the audience.
Yeah.
Were you uncomfortable watching them?
No, I wasn't.
I was uncomfortable watching them because they're eating,
Yeah.
like full on eating.
Oh.
Like I saw one dude while I was on stage.
They must have put you up early. I went up last. They
I
weren't.
went up second.
Yeah,
No,
you went up early. I went up
but
last, and I would have told them to stop eating.
no, but
You're
I was
you're very you're a kind individual. You respect people's rights a lot.
no, but I was getting uncomfortable for them because I'm watching this one dude eat like a barbecue sandwich, and I was like, "Yo, if anyone's catching COVID, is this dude right here?" Just I was like, "Yo, he is."
He's
He
saying
is.
he wants it.
I was like, "Man, that's some South Carolina COVID sauce," is what he's eating
Yeah.
right there.
When I went up, everybody was done eating. I don't believe I was last. I don't remember, but I know I clearly remember I did have that visual.
uh,
Hello, Claudia. I did have that visual that of watching people eat, and then it kind of like left my mind because then I went on later and they were all done eating by the time I
right.
got on stage, and that could have been a problem because even me, man, even I when I talk, there was sometimes I see my own spit leaving
Right.
and traveling
Yeah.
out there, but Ben show was very organized. Everything was like 6 feet apart,
Oh
and
yeah. The
yeah,
comics we
and
never
and
come
then
over
I have
here.
no shame, man. I really have no shame. Like, oh man, I wish we could hug. No, I don't. I really wish we didn't.
I will
Like,
say I will say this. The one thing I did feel bad, the waiter comes up and he's like, "Hey, can I get you anything?" He's full masked, and
yeah,
I was like, "I'll take a water," thinking
yeah.
he's gonna bring me a bottle of water. My man brought me an open container of water, and I was like, "You can take that back. I
Oh
don't know."
wow, you're like
Somebody in there
paranoid.
licking
Paranoid.
glasses and just dipping their fingers in the water. I said, "No,
Yeah,
I'm good, man. I appreciate it, but you can take
I
that back."
feel it.
Anyway, I want to get started, dude, because I'm very excited. We've got a special guest today.
Yeah,
Uh, this dude did something that no one's done. He
I love
dropped
this dude.
he dropped two specials at
At the
once.
same time, at
At the
once,
same time. At one.
at once.
No one else has done this. Two specials, not
Yeah,
one.
we
Two.
were all thinking it, but he did it.
He did it.
He did it. We were all kicking the idea around, like maybe, possibly, it's doable, because I could speak Spanish and I could. And he came out of the box and he set the trend. He's
Oh
a
yeah,
trendsetter.
the
He's a
trend.
trailblazer.
But he's one of my favorites, dude. I've seen this dude on HBO. I've seen him on. He was the winner of Last Comic Standing, and now he's got the 2 specials. Bad Decisions, Malas Decisiones. Give it up for Felipe Esparza.
What's up, fool?
What's up, man?
What's up, man?
How you doing?
I'm great, man. And you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. How you holding up during the whole lockdown? Because you're another dude that's starting to go out too. I've seen you on social.
I did one show in the since March. One show, Oklahoma City.
Oh wow!
And they were at half full, so they were like 175, and they were taking everybody's temperature on the way in. All the waitresses wear face masks. The hotel was very strict on face masks.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
I see you got something special behind you, Felipe. We should go to 16:9 so we could show that fantastic poster that's behind Felipe. Look at that, man. That is a beautiful piece of art right there.
Yes, my special. I wear the Ruffle Shirt.
I love the ruffle.
And the microphone is gold, and they add a little smoke to it. Special effects.
I love it. Who did you? When you hear about the special, you're getting ready to film it, you came up with the outfit? Because I love the ruffle shirt, and you had different colors for the English and for the Spanish.
Yes, I wanted to wear ruffle shirt, but they don't make shirts like this colors or any color. So my wife and I, we bought a bunch of white ones, and we dyed them.
Wow.
That's awesome.
Bro. Old school dye over and over. And we made an orange one, a light blue one, a gold one, a pink one, and we went with this color.
That's fantastic. Someone else would have been like, "Oh, I'm gonna go to a tailor and just have it designed," and that's such a simpler, smarter, cost-effective way because you were able to do multiple colors, man. That's awesome, dude. And then you showed up in what was that? That was a Thunderbird, a Ford Thunderbird.
I think it's an LTD Chrysler.
Yeah, yes, it is with the little back window
and then the big glass house doors.
Yeah. I remember my stepfather had a Thunderbird like it. So just the beginning of it, I was just like, oh man, this is already throwing me back.
It felt like a big boat in there.
Yeah, it is.
Now I loved it, dude. You dyed the shirt yourself because, like Orlando was saying, I'm sure people watching and go, man, he probably got those custom. And this dude is custom making them himself.
We dyed them, and the suit we got it at the Ontario Mills Mall. The guy, he measured me, and yeah.
Nice, man. So
that's
now
one of the things that I love about you, Felipe. We've never met personally. We kind of always kind of miss each other here and there. But the simplicity of who you are as an individual is what makes you the star that you are. It's what actually made me angry at another comic. This is when I became a fan of yours on America's Got Talent. Not America's Got Talent. Last Comic Standing. I'm in Miami. I don't think I've even in. I'm probably doing open mics and whatnot. And then one of the judges says something real slick, like, I don't get it. It's like I'm not gonna say her name.
Yeah.
But I remember being so angry when she said, "You're so." It's so simple, and it's that's the best type of joke. The joke that is because you don't see it coming. And I remember when I met that comic here, I was still angry at her. She didn't know it because I'm petty like that. And then I was still, I met her and hey, how are you and stuff. She had the gloves on and everything. I'm not gonna shake your hand. You have silk gloves on. But yeah, nice to meet you. And I kept that moving.
Thank you.
Now, dude, let me ask you, because I've known you for years now. We did I first met you. We did a gig in DC together.
Yeah,
and it's
National Council of Raza, right?
Yeah, and it's so funny because just like Orlando saying, people watch you and sometimes they think you're doing almost like a character, but you're not. It's you. Like every time I see you, I'm like, he's so genuine and authentic. It's him. But I'm sure people are like, oh, so for real, like, can you drop the act? But that's you. That's the way you talk, your mannerisms, and that's what makes you so, I think, so funny.
Because when I first started doing stand-up, I ain't gonna lie, man, I was deadpan. Like, I was deadpan, you know? I would just stay on stage and when you go to work, do you start right away? You know, or yesterday I was shopping, lifting, you know, very monotone. But then, you know, I'm not gonna generalize, but a white comic can go his whole life, you know, and be a straight, fucking, you know, that type of comedian, you know,
right?
Yeah,
a deadpan comedian. Because he probably never gonna go to those loud crowds that I had to go to, you know.
Yeah.
Go to bars and nobody liked that deadpan shit, bro. They'd be like, "Talk right, homie, you're fucking stuttering up there. You sound stupid, Holmes. That's right, eh?" So you can't really like fight off a heckler when you're deadpan.
Right.
So you have to break character and then come back. So I said, "Fuck that, eh?" So I just stay the way I am. No more deadpan. But I still feel like my jokes do come out in a deadpan style sometimes.
Yeah, dude. There's nothing worse than if you like. I know this comic, and I'm gonna not say his name, but I remember I did a show with him, and his whole thing, like, he's just like a happy-go-lucky guy, and he gets up on stage, "Hey, what's up, everybody?" And this woman just goes, "This dude ain't funny." Like, just heckles him right off the start, and he breaks that character, and he's just like, "Shut up." He had like an awful shut up your face. Just don't talk to me like that. And he goes back, "So what's up, everybody?" And the whole crowd just like, "Nah, we don't believe this at all. We just saw the rage."
Yeah.
Well, what's the worst you ever called a heckler when you felt like, "Eesh, I might not come back from this"?
Oh man, dude, when I started comedy, I was doing the same thing. Like you know, you don't do the clubs right away, so you start doing whatever gigs you can pick up. And I did a lot of urban rooms, and sometimes, man, those crowds were just brutal. Like, if they didn't like you, they'd let you know, and you just go back and forth. And then it was like, I'm just leaving because there's nothing I could do right now to fix this.
I remember bombing hard at an urban show with that guy hosting Scruncho, and then some older black comedian put me to the side and said, "Listen, man, you funny, but you work in this wild ass crowd. See, you talk about taking your sister to your house and having sex with her, man, but you gotta paint a picture." He told me, "You gotta talk about, did you walk over your dad on the way there? What kind of doorknob was it? You know, you gotta make noises for these fools." So then the next week I came back and I did the same joke. Whoa! But this time I added I came into my house.
Go ahead, man. Take your time, man. Grab something, dry it up.
Gotta get it in my towel
before you burn up your electronics.
Yeah, you can see like dude? I did one of my worst bombings at an urban show. It was you remember Hamburger from Def Jam?
Hamburger, like
Hamburger.
Hamburger was running these rooms, and he put me on this one room. And the big thing that night was comedy and fish fry. Everybody was getting catfish. That was the big thing. And I remember I was on stage, and I'm doing fine. I'm doing well. And all of a sudden, like, I could see from the stage, you could see the back of the room. That's where the kitchen was. All of a sudden, I see the chef. He's coming towards the doors, kicks open the swinging doors, and he yells out, "Yo, ain't no more MF catfish tonight." And then goes back in the kitchen. And after that, it was silent. Everyone was pissed. Like, I had eaten all the catfish, and there was nothing I could do. Hamburger just gives me my money. He goes, "Hey, man, just have fun." And then I got to hear the host make fun of me for the next 10 minutes to save. I was like, man, I don't need this.
All right, I'm back.
So you went back. You went back to do the same drill.
I spilled a whole glass of water on
the keyboard.
Yeah, we're good now.
All right. So wait, you said you went back to that room? You did
So
the
we're
joke?
back to that room, right? Because the comedian said, "No, man, you gotta paint him a picture." So I said that, yeah, I brought a girl over to my mom's house. First, I had to walk. I had to walk over my dad, go to my bunk bed. My brother was sleeping on the top bed. I had to make love to her like a prison inmate.
Uh-huh.
I had to cover her mouth shut. You know, and then like the crowd got it, more because they knew what I was talking about.
Right.
So that helped me a lot, man. Painting pictures.
Yeah. That's a good journey. Felipe, when did you feel the shift happen for you?
What shift?
The shift of like, oh, I no longer need to have another job. I can just do this.
Well, first of all, man, I was a fool, bro. I said that to myself too soon. I told myself, I ain't gonna lie, man. I told myself, you know what? They're taking away my money because of child support. I'm gonna quit my job. They were garnishing my wages, so I had no choice. I had to quit. I wasn't making no more money, so I had to really like go full throttle. But I always had rooms. I had a room on Wednesday night for 10 years, and I ran that Wednesdays and Saturdays, and then I would do the Laugh Factories on Mondays, and then Friday and Saturday. I didn't have a car sometimes, so I would have to catch a bus to the Laugh Factory to do the 8 o'clock show, and then catch the Long Beach train to go to Long Beach for the 10 o'clock, and then hop on the train to come back to do the Laugh Factory at 1. So I was hustling, man. I knew that if I could do a show that pays $50 every day for 30 days or close, I'm gonna be all right. So I'll try to get like $25 here, $10. Try to open up for people.
By the way, that's commitment, because you hear a lot of comments like, "Oh, I don't got a car, I don't got it." You were taking public transportation to go do spots.
Hell yeah, man! When there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah.
And I could have asked a comedian to go with me, but they were fools, man. Can I get a guest spot? And hell no, brother, no guest spot. So I did that for a long time, and once I stopped messing around, like in 2009, I stopped like drinking and partying too hard. Little things started happening, like I got a movie. I did a movie in 2009 based on my stand-up, and it was a miracle. It was like weird. I had no money. I did a movie, and I gave the producer of the movie my CD. He listened to it, and he goes, "Hey, you want to make a movie with this? You ever thought about making a movie with your comic, with your comedy?" And I'm like, "Fuck, what comic has it?" In my head. So I ignored this guy because I didn't believe him, and I was partying too much anyways to believe him. So one day he corners me, and he gives me like a little fat check to give him my CD to have someone put it into a screenplay, and they wrote a screenplay, and we shot the movie in 9 days, like 12-hour days, and the movie went straight to iTunes. But I got a movie out of it, and so that little movie got me motivated. That like, you know what? If I fucking focus, more shit will come. You know, because when you're partying a lot, like really partying a lot, like you kind of get bitter about what you don't get and what other people get, and you start to miss the little things that you're getting. Like every day you perform, you're making progress. Every day you go out there, you're getting better. Every time you bomb, you rewrite the joke, and you're getting a better joke now. But when I was partying a lot, I never noticed none of those things, because I was too fucked up.
And what year was Last Comic Standing?
2010.
2010. So you do 2009. So 2009, you do the movie. 2010, you get Last Comic Standing. After Last Comic Standing, was that a shit? Did that shift the conversation about Felipe, like within the business?
Oh yeah.
of comedy?
Yes, because in 05, I went to the Montreal Comedy Festival, and I signed with an agent, and I was going to auditions that I wasn't ready for. Man, I auditioned for Nacho Libre, and I had no idea what I was doing. I auditioned for one of the priests, and I was not focused. But now, when I won Last Comic Standing, I was with an agent who would send me out to stuff, and he was like a hustler. Like, this guy was a hustler, man. Like, the kind of agent you want, like he knew that, because he knew I was on tour, right? 85 cities, and they were not entitled for 10% of that, because when I got the tour, I was alone, When I won Last Comic Standing, I didn't have an agent or a manager. Or a manager. I just had a talent agency. So when I won Last Comic Standing, he got 10% of the 250, and but that's it. He couldn't get no tour money because he's not an agent like that. He's a talent agent for casting. So when I signed with an agent, they couldn't get anything either because the 85 cities was all mine. So this dude was a hustler, bro. Like, if I had a show in DC I had a show in New York. My agent booked me a one-nighter in DC Improv, a one-nighter on Tuesday at the fucking Virginia Funny Bone, and a one-nighter in Monday at Nashville. So I was doing like one-nighters 4 days a week, and then my Last Comic Standing tour on Saturdays and Sundays. So I was working, man, and I learned from that agent that it's possible. An agent can book whatever, bro. They know bullshit that they ain't no work out there, bro. There's work. Yeah. You gotta make it. They could make it possible. They could book you on Monday. They could book you on Tuesday. That's what I was doing.
Yeah, so I remember one time I had a convo with you, and it was I was just so blown away by your savviness. Like, you were talking about exactly what you're talking about, like doing these one-nighters, and you're like, yeah, bro, I go and I talk to the local businesses. I give them flyers. I give them tickets. And I was just so taken aback by that because, sometimes like when you're a comic and you look at somebody else's social media, like I look at yours and I'm like, yo, this dude is just, he's in the machine. It's over. You don't realize the work that's being put in behind the scenes. I'm just like, damn, Felipe is just blowing up.
Yeah, man.
What I know is you're fucking going and putting in that work that other people aren't doing.
Oh, man. I will show up. Like when I did the Ontario Improv, this is after Last Comic Standing. Like, they did a little bit of promotion, with the promotion that they do, but they expect you to do promotion on Instagram. But not everybody has 500,000 followers on Twitter and Instagram, So, man, I went old school, bro. I went to like 4 barbershops, and I say, hey, my name is Felipe Esparza. I'm performing at the Ontario Improv. Here's my DVD. You could have it. You can have 4 tickets. All I ask, if you want to, if you like the DVD, play it here at your barbershop. Every barbershop has the big screen TV, and they just play it while fools wait for their haircut. So I told him, just play the special, bro. Play that shit 24 hours a day. And he said, some of them said, nah. But a lot of them said, yeah. So every day I was building fans at that barbershop. And then they were buying tickets. Next thing you know, 75 people from that barbershop bought ticket. And then 100 from the other barbershop. And all I gave away was I gave away 20 tickets for Sunday and Thursday. And they had a poster of me all week. I put posters up. I did that in Arizona. I did it in Texas. I did it in San Jose. And these people were happy to promote. I remember this comedian told me that he needed somebody to make shirts for him. I said, bro, you have more followers than me on Twitter. Ask one of your fans who can make T-shirts. 10 people will sign up and do it for free. And they did.
There you go.
Dude, I love that hustle mentality. Now, I want to ask, man, how did the Spanish come about? Have you been doing stand-up in Spanish for a while?
Never, man. I did a stand-up comedy show once with Kiki Melendez, I think. And for Estrella TV.
Wait, with Noches con Platanito? Dude,
I didn't know what I was saying, bro. I just translated all my jokes on Google without checking if they were the right words.
Dude, I did the same thing. I got the phone call from her, and she was like, yo, first of all, let's start here. She calls me and goes, hey, I'm booking this show. I think you'd be great on it. He's the Jimmy Fallon of Mexico. That's all she tells me. She doesn't tell me any other details. I say, all right, cool.
Look at how he looks.
I have no idea. So I get there, and there's no signage because this is like it almost looks like a rundown building from outside. There's no like big billboard like, oh, you're entering this show. So I walk in, I go into the dressing room, I see my name, boom, producer's like, oh, has Platanito seen you yet? I was like, oh, no, not yet. Oh, he likes to say hi to the guests. He'll be in a minute. She leaves. No pictures of the dude or nothing. It looks like this studio looks like if the cops show up, we just pick up our shit and get out. So, dude, this guy walks in, Orlando, full clown makeup, and I'm just like, is this like a prank? What's happening right now? He sits down, he starts talking to me, and I'm just like, all right, cool, man. He goes, I'm so excited you're here. I can't wait to talk to you. I was like, all right, cool. Leaves. I call the producer over. I was like, excuse me. He's a clown. She's like, yeah. I was like, do I mention that he's a clown? She goes, no. I was like, does he do clown things? Does he juggle? No. I was like, okay. And then, yeah, it was that same thing. I had to do stand-up in Spanish, which, by the way, they tried to change on me last minute.
Yeah.
She tells me, hey, it's a competition. It was me and Monique Marvez. You guys got to do like a minute and a half of stand-up. I said, all right, cool. Orlando, I get there. They start, hey, listen, we were thinking we'd play a different game with you guys if you guys are down. It's like karaoke, and we put like tasers on you. And if you mess up a word and you're holding a tray of milk, they tase you. And I was like, nope. Like they started trying to switch the game up like last minute. I was like, nah, I'm doing the stand-up. It took me forever to write these 90 seconds of stand-up. I'm doing the stand-up. And it was insane. There was kids in the audience. They were sleeping. It was insane.
Yeah, I asked way too many questions for stories like that to happen to me.
I had to play Make Me Laugh with Platanito and a comedian from Mexico, and the contestants, they all drank a glass of milk at this, and they had to hold it at that. And I tell my joke, right? And my joke's funny, but I didn't get none of them to laugh. The comedian before me, she was funny. But Platanito starts throwing some dirty-ass jokes, bro. Like, is he getting away with these jokes on television? Because these jokes do not fly on regular television.
Oh, yeah.
So, have I known, I would have probably won that competition. So one of his jokes is this. And I'm going to say it in English. They say that a woman breathes from two places, from up here and down here. Because sometimes when I touch her down here, in the bottom, she goes, and that girl spilled all her milk, bro. He said it in Spanish. It was so fucking funny. He said, dice que las muchachas respiran de dos lugares, de arriba y de abajo, porque de abajo, cuando toco de abajo la esposa, habla así. And they hit another joke where we had to make jokes about a photo. And in one of the photos, LeBron James was getting a finger in the nose, right? And everybody had their jokes. I don't remember my joke because it wasn't that funny. He says, hey, brother, what do your sisters smell like?
Wow.
In Spanish. Killing it, bro.
And you were like, how's this gonna air?
I was like, wow, this can't air, right?
Yeah.
It aired just like that.
Jesus.
Another show, they put me in a box. I needed the money. They put me in a box.
Oh, you did multiples. You were there a lot.
I said, dude, I will say this: as ridiculous as the show is, it did pay well. It paid well.
Cash. They put me in a box and they closed it like this, like a what you call it, like a guillotine. But I was like this, and the girl next to me, she got something wrong, and they dropped a bucket of cold spaghetti on her with meatballs.
Yeah.
The girl next to me, they dropped a hay full of dirt and crickets.
Oh.
Me, I don't know, bro. I swear to God, I would have never said yes to this. First, I saw dirt fall. Okay, dirt. Then I don't want to look up, but more dirt fell. And then I looked around like this, and there was like 6 black scorpions about to go at it, bro. Like they said, forget about this guy's eyeballs. I didn't like you inside that bucket. It's on now.
Yeah, dude.
I saw these scorpions. I was like, ah! And I remember, I think one landed in my mouth and I had to spit it out.
Dude, I'm like, yo, they tried.
I like the way that Felipe said they pay well and they paid cash.
Oh yeah. Trust me. That's all I told myself the whole time. I was like, it's this much money. Let's just do this. Let's knock this out.
Did they make you wait a long time?
Dude, I was there all day. Like they were like, get here at 6. We didn't get out of there till like 10 or 11 o'clock because they had a band. Like he recorded like multiple shows. And that's what I'm saying. Like by the time we got up there was families there, Orlando, like kids. Like I'm watching moms with their kids and the kids are asleep. And the same thing. I was thinking the same thing because he's dirty. And I'm like, yo, there are kids here. Like they shouldn't be hearing this.
Yeah.
It was crazy. And craft service is a Mexican lady, bro, making homemade food.
Yeah.
Like she's craft service. She has a big pot and she's making like garnet, red green sauce pork with another one, a side of beans, and another one big full of rice. And she's serving mad plates, bro, of chile con carne with rice.
Is this show still on?
Yeah.
Bro, the whole plate, when you come out of the dressing room, you can smell her food. It is steamy.
Yeah.
It's
the show is still on. This show still airs.
Yeah, show still on. My biggest thing was I was always wondering.
But where's the show? Where was the studio?
It's in Burbank,
by the LA airport.
Yeah. Dude, like
I'm picturing Mexico. I swear to God, I was picturing
Orlando. It's one of those things where you get the address, you put in your GPS, and you drive by and you look, and you're like, nah, this can't be right. You start looking at the email, like, hold on. Yeah, that's the building.
Yeah, but there's no entrance. You gotta drive through 2 other buildings, park in the back, and they have like 2 federales as security guards.
Wow.
With pistols and billy clubs. I don't know why. They tell you where to park.
I'm telling you, the whole it's a story. That's like I'm glad I did it for the story, but like if I knew all the details, I'd be like, I'm good.
That's the awesome part of it. You know, whatever you guys went through there, now you got a great story. I just had this conversation with a friend where I'm doing one of those drive-in theater comedies, and there's comics that are like, no, I'm not gonna do that, and it's like, dude, I'm doing it just for the story.
Yeah,
I'm doing that so that when I'm an old man, I can sit down with Eric and Felipe and be like, yo, remember in 2020 when we were doing like drive-in comedy and with mask on and everything? That's all I'm doing it for. The money's good, but I'm doing it more for the story, man.
So listen, I did the 90 seconds, man, and that took me forever to translate. You did stand up in Spanish. You did a couple jokes. So what at that point you go, oh, I want to do a full hour.
Oh, when I had the meeting with Netflix, I showed up to Netflix, you know, when they valet your car, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And when I drove my car with Lisa, my wife. But when I got there was a badass Lamborghini there, man. Like right in front. I said, wow, the owner will be here. So, and then I saw Lamborghini, and the front of the hood was like, I don't know, fiberglass, but it was see-through. And I touched it, you know, nobody was looking. I tapped it, and it was hard. Like, I told my wife, wow, this must be made out of Wonder Woman's plane, you know, because it's invisible almost, but it's hard, and you can see the whole engine. And I think crappy cars should be like that, you know, because sometimes when your car overheats, you open it up and you get burned. And like this, you can just look at it and go, okay, there it is. But it was Kevin Hart's card. He was having a meeting before me on Netflix. And I remember when he came out, he was there with Pookie from the Laugh Factory. And he looked at me and he said, "Hey, what's up, man? I just warmed them up for you. You're going to be fine." And when I walked in there, they gave me an English special. And I said, "How about in Spanish too?" And they said, "All right. Do you speak Spanish?" "I will by the end of the year." I remember, bro. They went to do a show at the Comedy Store. And I didn't know that Netflix was going to be there. And I not bombed, but it was not good, man. I mixed up too many English with Spanish words. That was my first time doing 45 minutes, to tell the truth. And it didn't go too well. And I remember they were telling me outside, straight up, bro. They didn't beat around the bush. I don't think he's ready. I don't think he's ready. And I said, "Well, of course I'm not ready, man. But I'll be ready by the time the day comes." And I'm glad that they told me right there and then. I didn't have to wait for the next day or my manager or agent to tell me. I was fucking feeling bad. So I said, "Man, I'm going to do more shows in Spanish." I didn't have enough time because I would do an English show all week, 6 shows. And then I would come home on Monday and I would to do a Spanish show somewhere or Wednesday. But then I had to go back on the road. So it was hard finding shows to do Spanish. That's why I chose Mexico and San Diego.
Yeah, we've talked about this with other comics. How we can most of us can speak Spanish, but it's hard to do Spanish comedy. And one of the tricks that I did pick up on the road was start talking 15 minutes before showtime. I start talking in Spanish because it takes me personally like 15 minutes for my brain to switch into like, and my wife gave me that tip because when I talk to my mom, it takes me about 15 minutes. At the 15-minute mark, she goes, "You turn into a full-blown Dominican. You're just talking and talking and talking, nonstop. That first 15, you're like stumbling around looking for the words inside of your brain." So that's the trick that I've started passing on to other comics when they're like, "Man, I want to do stuff in Spanish." I go, "Do you speak it with somebody?" "Yeah, I talk with my mom." I say, "Man, just start talking before the show. Start talking 15 minutes before. Just trigger your brain."
You got to trigger your brain. That's how I started. Whenever I would do a Spanish show, I just wouldn't speak English all day. I started speaking Spanish from the moment I wake up. I would listen to Spanish radio, Piolín. And then I would go to like CNN. It's a CNN in Spanish.
Yeah.
And I'll switch to deportes and soccer. And by the time I would go to Spanish radio on the way to Tijuana, so by the time I get to Tijuana, I'm speaking full-on Spanish.
Yeah.
I'm already thinking in Spanish too. Everything I say, I'm thinking in Spanish. I don't have to translate in English no more. And the day of the special, I made sure that everybody spoke Spanish to me, and everybody did. And I was, even if they spoke English, I was answering in Spanish. The director, he didn't speak that much Spanish, but whenever he needed me, he would call me in Spanish. "Felipe, ven para acá."
No, that was smart. That's smart. That was setting yourself up for success. I have a friend who's an actor, and he started booking a lot of Latin commercials. And the way he managed to like get the right accent and everything. He was Spanish, but he was like, he's Cuban and from Miami, so the slang wasn't right. He just started watching novelas. He just straight up just started watching all the novelas that he could watch, and then he picked it up from there, and then he was off to the races.
Now, did you shot the specials 2 days?
Yeah.
Did you shoot the Spanish one first or the English one first?
I shot the English one first, and the next day the Spanish one.
Did you do 2 tapings or 1 taping for each one? Nice.
Well, 2 for the Spanish and 2 for the English.
Oh, that's beautiful, man.
And when I did the Spanish one, when I did the first show in Spanish, I had the guy from Netflix give me notes for the second show in Spanish. And I had a bunch of notes to fix words. So when I went to do the Spanish one again, it was on, So I had a lot of help. And when I did when they finally approved the Spanish show, I did a show in this ghetto bar with that comedian guy, Vic. You know Vic? Vic he did a comedy show in Silmar, Casa Torres. He does English and Spanish. We had a big Spanish show there, and it was super packed. And the guy from Netflix went in there. I didn't even know they were in there. And at the end of the show, they came up to me and said, "Yes, we like it. Let's do this."
Yeah.
Now, did you hire somebody to help you with the Spanish, or you did that all on your own?
No, I met a bunch of comedians who did stand up in Spanish. I met one guy from Tijuana named Joel Sotomayor, and he followed me on the road here in Merced and Fresno.
Right.
And then he translated all the jokes in Spanish, word for word. But I still had to change words to fit the way I talk, and the timing and all that. And get comfortable,
Yeah.
No, that's amazing, man. We're so proud of you because, like we were talking about it in the intro, we've sat here and talked to different comics and amongst ourselves, and it's something that we've all been in our own way thinking of like, wow, we should do an English special and a Spanish special, and you just came out of the gate and did it. And man, we're proud of you, and thank you because now you said that door is now open for us if we want to achieve it. You know what I'm saying?
We got to do it, bro. We got to go on tour in Spanish.
There you go.
Now, have you gotten a lot of love from Latin America? Or
yeah.
Coming out there?
I had people from the Dominican Republic. They hit me up. They never heard of me, and they understood it. And people from Peru and some dude from Mexico and Venezuela, some guy in Japan who speaks Spanish.
You're worldwide now.
Huh?
I said you're worldwide now. You're global.
Yeah, there's a guy. It's funny, man. A lot of bilingual teachers who work abroad, who live in California, who teach English in other countries. They've been showing my special to show the differences in the translations. There's a guy in Japan who teaches English, and he translates the podcast to Japanese to them.
Oh, wow. That's insane. Now, let me ask you, because I know I speak Spanish, but I'll still watch Narcos with subtitles just to give me a quick check once in a while. Like, hold on. Okay, yeah, I understood it. Are you watching stuff no subtitles now? You just...
No, man, I watch it with subtitles, but I watch it with the Spanish subtitles so I can know how to say the word right.
Ah, look at that. He's just dropping tricks on us. He's dropping little gems on us.
Sometimes it doesn't match what they're saying.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that.
Hijo de tu pinche madre desgraciado. And the guy in Spanish might say, you stupid ass.
Yeah. I've seen that with Casa de Papel. Like, I'll be watching it. I'm like, ooh. And I look down at the thing. And it's like, you're dumb. I'm like, that's not what he said. He said a lot worse.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. And so now what's the plan for you? I know you're going to start going back out on the road. Is this strictly English or are you going to be doing both?
I'm just going to focus on English, but the newer stuff that I start writing, I'm going to translate it immediately so I won't have to take so long. After I shot my special, I did I did, yeah. I did a Spanish show at the Ice House with Paul Rodriguez and Martin Moreno. So yeah, and that show was I was already working on different stuff before the pandemic.
Now, is it hard when you do a new bit? Because I assume you're still writing it in English. Is it hard sometimes to try to do it in Spanish and go, oh, you know what? It's not going to translate and get rid of it?
Oh, man. Yeah, it's tough because I don't want to get rid of it if it don't translate. If it works in English and it doesn't work in Spanish, it's tough. I'm going to just say, you know what? I'm going to just write a different joke. Because the Spanish one, I know that it's different from the English one. And the English one is different. I know that some jokes didn't translate. And some jokes, well, actually, I forgot some jokes in the English one. And then I said them in the Spanish one. And then when I saw we were watching the taping, the video, I said, "Man, that joke sucks. Let's take that out." So we took him out.
Mhm.
But the set was too long because I did like an hour and 15 minutes, and they only wanted like an hour 60 minutes. So we did a lot. We had to cut a lot of jokes. How you say it? Don't get rid of my babies.
Right. But now you got them for the next special. They're still good. Yeah. So, and my last question for you is: I know a lot of it is based on your life. All those stories are true.
Yes. The domestic violence abuse. I remember when I first said that joke, I was like holding back tears saying it because it still hurts. You know what? It's tough to say that joke because it really happened that way, and we never dealt with it. I never dealt with it. Like I never spoke to my mom about it.
Yeah.
And I never had like we never had closure.
Right.
Because I remember in my other special, Translate This, the one I did for I sold to HBO. I had a joke that used to go with that joke, but I didn't have that joke yet. I said, did you ever look at your dad and think about all those times he beat your ass? You look at him and say, man, you look at him in a wheelchair and your brother, and you go, man, we should beat his ass right now.
Yeah, but that's what makes the best comedy. Like, I remember, when my father passed away, I started talking about it on stage. And it's the same thing. You don't have that closure, and you're like, oh, I wrote some funny stuff down. I'm gonna tell it, and then all of a sudden, those tears and stuff come, and you're like, you know what? I haven't processed this yet.
No.
And then that's the opportunity. Those are the flags right there that you can take advantage. And obviously, in our culture is it's not encouraged, but it's like, that's the opportunity that you can take and go talk to a professional about it. You know what I'm saying?
That's funny, man. I said, white people, they're allowed to show their emotions.
Yeah.
Black people and Latino, we're gonna be like this crying.
Yeah, we just we push it down, and then one day it bubbles up.
That shit is, bro. Sometimes you see motherfuckers explode, like Latinos explode the supermarket. It got nothing to do with the situation. They've been holding this for years.
Yeah, like what you said in your special, that they're in the supermarket and they're doing this, just walking around.
Yeah,
bro. Or like, I know I've had some moments in my life where like stuff has bubbled up and it's at the wrong time. It's like actually at a happy moment.
Yeah.
And like some childhood stuff bubbles up and you're like, but why? Why right now?
I like it. Like, feel like sometimes, like if you grew up in a hood or you come from a very abusive relationship, you accept bad shit happen to you more than good shit.
Yes,
like,
yes.
If bad happens, you're like, yeah, that's just supposed to happen to me. But when something good happens, you want to go to the corner and go,
yeah.
You want to cry?
I had a breakdown at the Tonight Show. Like after I performed, and people are like, "Oh yeah, because it's such a good moment." No, it's such a great moment, but it was like the tears that shot out of my eyes. I couldn't even control them. Was a whole journey from childhood.
Yes.
So
man.
I was having flashbacks to being in Dominican Republic, and I was just like, push it down. This is the wrong time. This is when you're supposed to look professional. But it was like, that's the moment. And I never thought about it like that. We're so used to bad stuff happening that when the good stuff, you don't let it go.
Man. You're exposed. This ain't gonna last. Yeah. I remember in Amsterdam, I did a taping over there in Amsterdam, Rotterdam. I did like my 6 minutes was only in English. The rest was in Dutch. Yeah. And I remember I did my stand-up, my 6 minutes. I was getting laughs. And then everybody was telling me how great I was in Dutch. I didn't understand what they were saying. But I remember I went to the side of the green room, behind the stairs, under the camera, where all the curtains are at, those big sandbags. Yeah. Now like this going, you just feel so good that you feel so good, but then you get sad because the people that you want to see it aren't there. Like you want to tell your dad, but here it is, puto. You see that?
Yeah,
I did it.
Yeah.
They're not there, so you just hold it all in, man. It's just an emotion.
But the crazy thing is too, because like I do this with my mom sometimes. Like even if they were there, they still wouldn't understand it.
Yeah,
this is what you do. Like
I remember, man, and that's true, man. I mean, I remember listening to a story by that guy from Partridge Family. What's his name? Danny Bonaducci.
mm-hmm.
And Danny Bonaducci was performing, and his name was bigger than Frank Sinatra in Vegas because at the time he had a big show. And I remember he said that his dad grabbed him like this and said, "How the fuck is your name bigger than Sinatra? Who the fuck you think you are?" I'm not like, and they started bawling, bro. He started crying.
Yeah.
Then of course, but it's tough, man. Some parents are just jealous, I guess.
Yeah.
It's like
they don't understand.
Like I remember, like a lot of. I try to remember this as a father, so I won't do it. Because I remember when you tell your mom and dad your dreams, they really can't believe it because they feel it's their dream too.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like you want to be a comedian, and then your mom sees it like, "Oh, comedian. How are we gonna do this?" But they don't say that. How they get scared for you immediately because you're just being a comedian or actor or something like that, man. You may not make it, man. I mean, you might have a little bit of success, a little taste to keep you going and keep you motivated for another 10 years.
Yeah.
But this is a long road, and your parents don't see it. They see it that way, but they see it like, "No, mijo, be a lawyer."
Mm-hmm.
They don't see it that way. So whenever my kids tell me they want to be something, even though it's outrageous, I say, "Wow, you better start now."
Right.
Yeah.
You support them. You have to, man.
It's a long road, mijo.
Yeah, but my two kids, though, I have a 4-year-old and 7-year-old. They both have had dabbles with like commercial auditioning. 7-year-old does not like it, so he stopped. Like I'm not gonna be that parent. Like, come on, you got to do it. The 4-year-old's loving it. For now, I'm like, yeah, man, do what you got to do. Yeah, come on, dance. I'm not gonna be Joe Jackson. But that's awesome, man. We are like seriously, man. I'm so happy for you. I'm so excited that everybody gets to see what we've seen as comedians, you performing and just killing it out there. I'm pumped for the special. If anybody has not seen it, go see it. It's streaming now on Netflix. Anything you want to promote before we get out of here?
Oh yeah, I'm in a movie with Pauly Shore, Bobby Lee, Eric Griffin called The Guest House, and Billy Zane. I have a little part. I play a priest, Father Jeff.
Yes, I've seen the trailer already.
Yeah.
Somebody actually asked. Here, we'll pull that up. They asked, was it a fun movie to make? Because it was a bunch of comedians.
Man, when I showed up, I started looking around. I saw that guy Ed Bassmaster, and I saw some other guys. It was just a lot of Instagram influencers here.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, wow, everybody here had 1 million fans but me. But it was fun, man. The director, Sam Macaroni, I think he comes from that life. He used to direct videos, music videos, and a lot of those X Game type of videos. This is his first movie, and it's based on him buying his first house.
Uh-huh.
And bro, let me tell you, man, like this goes out to a lot of comedians out there. If you stay in this business long enough and you're nice to everybody, even if you don't have that many TV credits, if you're nice and cool, people remember you as. I swear to God, people remember you. And they will call you. They will throw you a little bone somewhere, So that's what happened, man. I was in my house doing nothing, and I didn't even know Pauly Shore had my number. And he calls me up and say, "Hey, buddy, you want to be in a movie?" And I said, "Sure, where to audition?" "You don't have to audition. I'll email you the lines. Just memorize it by tomorrow."
Nice.
And I was like, "Boo." That's a whole paragraph. Because I remember doing auditions and not memorizing this whole thing.
Yeah.
So I just memorized it. I did what I had to do, bro. I recorded myself on a tape recorder, and I listened to it like it was a song, because I memorize things better if I listen to it in a headphone like a song.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I got it, man, and I went over there. I was nervous,
and I'll play it. And Orlando's gonna hate this, but I play it while I'm running, Orlando, so that I
Yeah.
can hear myself in the quiet.
Nice. I don't care. I don't care.
Well,
But
dude,
brother, man, from me, I know that Eric already told you, but dude, I'm super proud of you.
Thank you.
You're Latino. You're doing it. You double dip the chip. I love that you freaking double dipped it on them, and just continue with the success. I say this a lot, which is like, if we all just keep on delivering, it's a little drop in the bucket, and eventually the bucket's gonna get filled. And we're starting to figure it out. And you're one of those guys. I'm not gonna get into your business model behind it, but I know I've heard the stories about Felipe and about taking charge of his own career and making stuff happen, and maybe cutting a few people loose that other people were like, oh my God, you cut that guy loose, and you did it with no fear. You got a great support system. Your wife is fantastic, and you're a wonderful dude, man. Thank you so much for everything that you're doing for us, brother.
Erik Rivera, thank you, man.
No, thank you, dude. I like Orlando said, drops in the bucket. And dude, you've had a lot of drops this 2020, from Gente to this to Guest House. Like, it makes me so excited to see you doing big things, man.
Yeah. Oh, we didn't even touch on Hentify, dude. When you did that you came out, you're walking on the sidewalk with that dude. I was just like, you killed it, man.
I know. I was watching it, man, going, you know how you get insecure? I said, man, what a big ballena over there, bro. What a whale. I was telling the director, man, so many side shots you got of me. You know what's funny about that? When I went to go check, measure for the costume, I was wearing the same clothes they were giving me.
Hilarious. I already got this one.
Hey, when I was leaving, security guard thought I was stealing costumes, bro.
Yeah.
Bro, I looked at this for reals.
For real. They got a season 2, man. I hope to see you in there too.
I hope so too, man. Please.
Yeah. Everybody go follow Felipe online. Where can they find you, man?
Felipe's World or Funny Felipe on Twitter. Just go to felipesworld.com. Do people actually go.com still? Felipe's World.
They'll go check out his.
If you're 60 years old, go to www.felipesworld.com.
You gotta do the HTTP.
Oh wow. Old school code.
Thanks again for jumping on, man. Wishing you nothing but the best.
Thanks, fool.
Take care, man.
Peace out, man.
Peace.
That was a good one, bro.
Dude, I'm excited we got him, man. He's a funny dude and genuine.
Yo, we're low key doing fantastic, man. Like humble brag. Like we started out just two dudes talking about our day, and now like Felipe has been on, Gabriel Iglesias has been on,
Carlos Mencia. We've had all the family.
Oh man, someone needs to make sure that they. No one needs to look out for us because we can make it happen for ourselves. The way that Felipe is paired up.
Everybody we've gotten, we are missing one person. So if you really want to see the man,
who?
Go tag him. He had a special on Netflix.
Oh, you're talking about George Lopez?
What? What?
George Lopez?
Huh?
George Lopez? I think we could get George Lopez. We just need to put the fans on it, man.
I sent him a message.
You need to do your you need to do your morning walk and tell your thousands of motivational people. Like that should be one of your goals, and people should hold you accountable for.
Go tag him. I've gotten everybody but him so far. Go tag him. Let him know he should be doing Entre live.
There you go, man.
All right, Orlando. It's been fun,
a pleasure being on this.
Everybody go see Orlando's half-hour special on HBO Max. Adorable. I know I say it every week, but go watch it if you haven't seen it. Super funny. And he's the reason we're all here. He opened that door for us. Just like other people are starting to open doors, Orlando opened that HBO door.
Oh, man, that's special. That means a lot to me.
Yeah, man.
I don't know if you mean it, but
I do mean it. When you first shot it, I just remember going, "Oh wait, he's doing a half hour," and they're like, "Yeah, we want to see how it goes."
Yeah, man. That again, man. I always shout him out, Edwin Licona, man, grown man on TikTok.
Look, Sherry, superfan Sherry, say you can get him. Look, people are starting to tag him.
Yeah.
Go get him.
Go get him.
Thank you, Jeremy, for jumping on. Thank you, JP. But yeah, go watch the half hours. There's a lot of funny ones. Orlando.
Who else was on today? Hold on. We got to do a couple of Zay. Shout out to Zay, Jeremy, Coleman, Claudia P. Torres, Rafa, 85. What's up? Moises. Thank you, brothers. Thank everybody that hops on, man.
Every week they come. So thank you guys. Join us here again next Wednesday. But like I was saying, watch all the half hours. I know me and Orlando are up there, but there's Nick Guerra, Gina Brion, Jerry Garcia, who got nominated for the Imagen, and we're gonna find out in the next week.
Ida Rodriguez. Yeah, the Imagen Awards. Ida Rodriguez is hosting it. She was on the
So guys, a lot of big things happening. Thank you guys for all the support. Catch us here next Wednesday, same time. We'll catch you later.
With all the llamas.